This chart has recently made the rounds across FinX and FinTube about bearish bets building in the stock market, the Russell and the S&P 500. Short interest as a percentage of shares outstanding hovering near a record, closing in on levels not seen since the 2020 pandemic and the 2008 financial crisis. But this is more evidence that this market has changed forever and not enough people are talking about it. What am I talking about here? We're talking about structured products and the effect that it has on market dispersion. I've done a whole video on that before, actually multiple videos. We'll put those in the pinned comment if you want to check those out, where we explain that a little bit more. I'm not going to get into the deep dive of it here, but ultimately, if you're familiar with the concept here, and this chart only goes back to, looks like mid 2024, unfortunately, I would be very interested to see how far it can go back. You know, if we could actually see to 2008, I bet it would look a lot different. So I don't see anyone else pointing this out, which is very ironic here. But let's just look at this and dissect this, and I'll talk about the rest of it later. But so, like, watch to the end here because this is a big deal here. So short interest as a percent of float. Let's just use the S&P 500, right? The higher this goes, the more shorts there should be to squeeze. And typically, bearish bets, happen in a bear period, right, or a corrective period. So if anything, this should work, and I'm just going to use like as an imperfect indicator here, but in theory, it should work like CNN fear greed. So I'm just going to put that here, right? So, right, the more bearish bets out there, the more sentiment is bearish, the more breadth is poor. And even here you go, percentage of stocks above the 200 moving average, right? They're at the, it's at the lowest, right, when the market, right before a rebound. So if we're looking at short interest as a percentage of float, that should be, topping out when the market's down, right? And it should be steadily declining as the market goes up. And then towards a high, towards a high pivot here, let's just collapse these, get this out of the way. Towards the high pivot, or actually, no, let's put them back on. Towards a high pivot, you should see, either a spike in one of these, or if it's short interest, collapsing, that short interest should collapse and then the market should thrust higher and then top out, right? There's no shorts left to squeeze, essentially, right? So right now we have a market that topped out on June 2nd here. And if we look at this chart, I don't even need to get into this, but just look at it, right? It's just going, it has pullbacks, I guess, but it's just been going up. Well, the market hasn't just been going up, the whole time. It's had pretty steep corrections. Why is this not represented here, right? Look at where this tops out. It may be hard to see, but you can see, if you look closely, April, there is a little dash here for May and then June right there. And you can see this tops out kind of like halfway between June and July, right? There's my mouse where that dash is. But the market tops out prior to that. And then short interest declines as the market goes down. That's not how this works. Why is this? Why is that? I believe this is representing structured product issuance, not actual sentiment. I would bet prior to November 2022, when we introduced ODTE and really started ramping up structured product issuance, that this actually looked more like fear greed or, a percentage of even RSI, right? I would imagine it would look a lot more like that than what it does now. Why is this, how is this not going down at all-time highs at all? And how does it go down when we start to sell? Well, again, if you have covered call ETFs every single day and new ones every single month, selling calls, not because they want to, but because they have to, and they're rolling them every time. Now, let's say it costs, let's say there's 20 billion traded in SPY every day, and, whatever, 2 billion of it is short. Well, if structured product issuance has tripled in the last 3 years, which it has, well, now maybe there's 4, 5, 6 billion short every day, which makes it very hard for the market to go down, right? If there's already that much short interest, that, the dealer, the market maker is going to buy back those stocks, right? Why did we have the largest energy crisis in history? And we only went down 10%. We should have been down 30, 40% on that. And I said, you know, it's back here as guys, this market's really hedged. It really is. I don't know. I'm not, you know, saying that to be biased. I'm just telling you it's really hedged. And, you know, if you're a bear here, you're probably really upset because you got the macro right, but you got the price horribly wrong. This is what's going on here. This is the new market. And if you're not educating yourself on this, you're going to get left behind. So very important stuff. I find this interesting. I guess we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, short interest is coming down here. So technically we should be going up if that's how this is supposed to work. But my guess is that this is going indiscriminately higher for other reasons. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our other channel, Gamma Boy Trades. We do market recaps every day. Thank you guys all, and we'll see you guys all in the next video.